Hello dear friends, this is Dr. Diptesh Patel and I'll be teaching you jet propulsion and aircraft engineering. This is lecture 11 of principles of jet propulsion. In this video session, we are going to see another numerical number 5. So let's start the numerical. Now the numerical says a rocket moves with a velocity of 10,000 kilometer per hour, means the velocity of the body of rocket is given and that is 10,000 kilometer per hour, so that is a small u, with an effective exhaust velocity of 1400 meter per second. So this is the velocity of gases Cj. The next thing is that the propellant flow rate is 5 kilogram per second, means the mass of fuel which is required for the combustion inside the combustion chamber for the rocket body. So that would be mf, and the propellant mixture has a heating value of 6500 kilojoule per kilogram. So the calorific value of the fuel, it is also given, and that is 6500 kilojoule per kilogram. Find, so these are the different things that we need to calculate. The first thing is that propulsive efficiency of the rocket body. So eta P, that is the first finding that need to be required to solve the further example. Second one is engine output power, the power which can be obtained at the output of the engine. Third one is a thermal efficiency of rocket engine. So eta T, that is the third finding, and the last one is overall efficiency eta O. So these are the four different calculations that we need to make to solve these examples. Now so far we have solved the numerical based on the jet engine and even a couple of in ramjet engine too, but this is the first numerical that we are going to see about the rocket engine. So it is quite simple actually, and it would be asked for 7 marks in GTU exam. So it is simple to solve, but this is just the first examples of the rocket engine. So let's start the example. Now these are the given data. U, that is 10,000 kilometer per hour. We are going to convert that in meter per second because the velocity of gases are given in meter per second. So I am going to convert that in meter per second, and that would become 2777.7 meter per second. Then Cj, that is given velocity of gases 1400 meter per second. Calorific value of fuel, that is 6600 kilojoule per kilogram, and the mass of fuel or the flow rate of the propellant in combustion chamber, and that is 5 kilogram per second. So these are the different values which are given to us, and on the basis of that we need to calculate eta P, propulsive efficiency, engine output power, then eta T, that is the thermal efficiency, and eta O, that is the overall efficiency of the engine. So let's start the numerical now. First thing that was asked to solve the propulsive efficiency. Now to get the propulsive efficiency we need a sigma. So here the speed ratio sigma is equal to u divided by Cj. And u is the velocity of the engine, velocity of the aircraft, while the Cj is the velocity of the gases which are leaving the nozzle. So we have converted both, I mean especially the aircraft velocity in meter per second. So I am going to use them in meter per second. We need to keep the unit same. So therefore sigma is equal to 2777.7 divided by 1400, and therefore the value would be, the speed ratio would be 1.984. So that is the speed ratio, which is the ratio of the velocity of the rocket engine to the velocity of the gases which are leaving the nozzle. Okay. Now next one, that we need to find out the propulsive efficiency, and I am going to use sigma to find the propulsive efficiency. The equation actually slightly different we have used for the jet engine. Here the equation for the propulsive efficiency, eta P is equal to 2 into sigma divided by 1 into 1 plus sigma square. So therefore, just going to put the values in this equation. Eta P is equal to 2 into 1.984 divided by 1 plus 1.984 square, right. After going through the calculations, I should be able to find out the values of eta P, and that is 80.4%. So the efficiency of the propulsion or the propulsive efficiency is 80.4%. Then after, move forward to the next finding, engine power output. But before I solve the engine power output, I need a couple of more things that need to be required to find out the engine power output, and then I am going to use the propulsive efficiency to get the engine power output. So first thing that we need is a thrust power, and we know the formula thrust power, which is capital F, and that is equal to mass of fuels feeding to the combustion chamber, mf, into Cj, velocity of gases which are leaving the nozzle. So we have both of them with us. So I'm going to put the values. So F is equal to 5 into 1400, and therefore we'll get the F, that is 7000 Newton. So this is the value of thrust of the engine. Then after, a propulsive power. Now propulsive power P, capital P, is equal to thrust into the velocity of aircraft. So capital F into small u. Now we just calculate the capital F and u is given. So just going to put those value in this equation, and I'm going to find capital P is equal to 7000 into 2777.7. So therefore, on the basis of that, I would be able to get the propulsive power, and here capital P is equal to 19.44106 into 10 raised to 6 watt. So this is the propulsive power that I would obtain on the basis of the thrust and the velocity of aircraft. Then I am going to use the values of propulsive power, the values of propulsive efficiency to calculate the power output of the engine. And the equation says the propulsive efficiency eta P is equal to propulsive power divided by power output of engine. So just put the values here. Eta P that we have obtained 0.804 is equal to propulsive power 19.44 into 10 raised to 6 divided by power output of the engine, and therefore the power output of engine is equal to 24.18 into 10 raised to 6 watt. So this is the second finding of our numerical. Now this is the third thing that we need to find out, thermal efficiency. Now the normal equations to calculate the thermal efficiency, it just would be the output divided by input. So whatever that we are getting as a output and whatever that we are putting as a input. So the formula is very simple, just to calculate the efficiency of the thermal of any engine of any instrument. So here I am going to use the same kind of formula for the rocket engine too. So the formula says that eta T is equal to the power output of the engine divided by power input of the engine. So here we just obtained the power output in previous slide, and that was around 24.18 into 10 raised to 6, and the values of power input can be obtained by a couple of given things, which is a mass of fuel that is required for the combustion chamber for the proper combustions to obtain the enough amount of thrust, and the calorific value of the fuel that we are using. So that would be our input power to the engine and output which is already obtained. So on the basis of that, I am going to calculate the thermal efficiency of the engine. So let's put the values in that equation, and we need to obtain the values of thermal efficiency. So here the eta T, which is the thermal efficiency, which is equal to power output of the engine divided by power input of the engine, and therefore eta T is equal to power output of the engine divided by mf into Cv. So mf mass of fuel and Cv is the calorific value of fuel. So just put the values for the output and input, and let's find out the values of thermal efficiency. So here the thermal efficiency eta T is equal to 24.18 into 10 raised to 6, which is output, divided by 5, that is the mass of fuel required, into 6600 into 10 raised to 6, that is the calorific value of fuel. Okay, so we just need to put the values in the equation, and now let's calculate to get the values. You just need to perform the calculations along with me as well. Just need to make sure to practice good enough for the examples. So here, after going through the calculations, I should obtain the eta T is equal to 73.3%. So that is the thermal efficiency of the engine, and that is very important factor to be considered for the design of the rocket engine. It's supposed to be as high as possible. However, we should not be able to get it close to the 100%, that even not touch to the 90%, but that's supposed to be high as much as possible to obtain the higher thrust and to perform the economical operations or to get the optimizations. So basically the thermal efficiency can also be improved or enhanced by certain modifications in the jet engine or in the rocket engine as well, and people are doing a lot of research to improve the thermal efficiency. Even they can be able to achieve even 1%, that is a lot amount of saving for the rocket operations. So thermal efficiency, that was the third finding. Now let's move forward to the overall efficiency. Overall efficiency is a nothing but the combinations of the thermal efficiency and the propulsive efficiency. So to obtain the overall efficiency, we just need to use the formula, that is these multiplications of thermal efficiency and the propulsive efficiency. So here I am going to put eta O, which is the overall efficiency, is equal to eta T into eta P. Okay. Now these both, like the thermal efficiency and propulsive efficiency, these were our finding. So we already calculated them, and we just need to put the values of both eta T and eta P to obtain the overall efficiency. So I'm just going to put the values here. You can see eta O is equal to 0.733, that is the thermal efficiency, into 0.804, that is the propulsive efficiency. So let's put the values here, and after performing the calculations we could be able to obtain the overall efficiency, and the overall efficiency after going through the calculation is 58.9%. So the overall efficiency of the aircraft is 58.9%, and that's supposed to be as high as possible to achieve the optimization in the design of the rocket. Okay, so that is all. These are the 4 different findings that we need to perform for these particular examples. If you still have any doubt, you can write down in the comment box. Also you can send me an email that you should be able to find out in our website. Thank you very much.